Hi YouTube, Tim here. In this video, we're going to walk through my Algebra 1 Honors quiz review on roots and fractional exponents. This is an entry-level fractional exponent and root quiz. So we're going to simplify this first one, the cube root, we're going to take the cube root of 27 x to the 6th, z to the third, y to the ninth. Another way we could write this is 27 x to the 6th, z to the third, y to the ninth. Instead of cube root, we raise it to the 1/3 power, which is the same thing. But if we take the cube root of 27, that's going to be 3, because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So we have 3. X to the 6th power raised to the 1/3 power, we can multiply the powers. So 6 times 1/3 is 6/3 or 2. So we have x squared. You can also think about that as x squared times x squared times x squared equals x to the 6th. We have exponents with the same base, so we add these. So 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6. Here we have z cubed to the 1/3 power. That's going to be 3/3 or 1s. We don't need to write the 1, so I'm going to put z. And here we have y to the 9th times the 1 raised to the 1/3 power. So it's 9 times 1/3, or 3. Okay, this next one we're simplifying 64x to the 8th, y to the 12th. And this is the square root of that. So we're going to take the square root of 64, which is 8. Then we have x to the 8th power. The square root of that is x to the 4th power. Because, again, x to the 4th times x to the 4th equals x to the 8th. And then the square root of y to the 12th power is y to the 6th. And again, y to the 6th times y to the 6th, add the exponents, equals y to the 12th. All right, let's take a look at problem 3. We're simplifying 16x to the 8th, y to the 12th, z to the 16th, all raised to the 1/4 power. So the fourth root of 16 is 2, because if you multiply 4 2's together, you're going to get 16. The fourth root of x to the 8th power is x squared, 8 times 1/4. Then we have y, 12 times 1/4 is y cubed. And then 16 to the 1/4, or 16 times 1/4 is 4, so z to the 4th power. And if I actually just write the 2 right next to this, that means they're multiplied together. Okay, so that's that one. This next one, we're taking the 9th root of 1 billion x to the 18th, y to the 45th. So this is basically 10 to the 9th power, and a -1 times that. Or you think of -10 to the 9th power would give me -billion. So it's actually going to be -10 when we take the 9th root. And then x to the 18th, think of this as 1/9. So 18 times 1/9 is 2. So it becomes x squared. And then 45 times 1/9, 45/9 is 5. So y to the 5th. All right, this next one, we have -32x to the 15th, y squared, z to the 5th. So the 5th root of -32 is -2. And then 15 times 1/5 is 3. So x cubed. This next one, if you would just multiply 2 times 1/5, you get 0.4. I'm going to keep it as y squared to the 1/5 power, and then we're going to rearrange this and write it a little bit differently. And then z to the 5th power times 1/5 is just z to the 1st power, or just z. All right, so rewriting this, I'm going to rewrite this as -2 x cubed z, and then I'm going to do the 5th root of y squared. And I'm going to leave my answer like this. All right, this next one we have 1,331 x to the 9th z. That's all raised to the 1/3 power. The cube root of 1,331 is 11. Cube root of x to the 9th is x cubed. And then we have the cube root of z. So this is how I would put my answer here. All right, this next one, 7th root of negative 128, x to the 14th, y to the 28th, z to the 49th. So the 7th root of negative 128 is negative 2, because if I multiply 7 negative 2's together, I'm going to get negative 128. The 7th root of z to the 14th power is z squared. No, x squared. Sorry. The 7th root of x to the 14th power is x squared. If I multiply 7 x squareds together, I add up 7 2's, I get 14. The 7th root of y to the 28th power is y to the 4th power. Because I've multiplied 7 y to the 4th together, you're going to get y to the 28th. And then the 7th root of z to the 49th power is z to the 7th power. Because if I multiply 7 z to the 7th together, I'm going to get z to the 49th. All right, problem 8. We're taking the cube root of negative 27xy cubed. Cube root of negative 27 is negative 3. Then we have the cube root of x. I'll rearrange this. Okay, then times the cube root of y cubed is just y. So if we rearrange this, we're going to have negative 3y times the cube root of x. For my solution here. This next one, we're taking the square root of 100x squared y. Square root of 100 is 10. Square root of x squared is just x. And the square root of y is the square root of y. So we'll leave our solution like that. And then finally, we're taking the, well, we have 1 million z to the 6th, or x to the 6th, z to the 12th, all to the 1/3 power. Now, if you think about 1 million, it's really 10 to the 6th power. So 6 times 1/3 is 2. So this would be 10 to the 2nd power, which is 100. Also, if you multiply 3 100s together, you're going to get 1 million. 6 times 1/3 is 2. So we have 100x squared. And then 12 times 1/3 is 4. So z to the 4th. So my solution is 100x squared z to the 4th. And there we go. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If it was, please give a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, leave comments in the comments below.